the United States Congress. And I have to keep saying that sometimes to remind myself, because I have to say it, I'm the candidate for Congress.
Are you from Park Hill?
Well, no ma'am, I'm from the Bronx. I grew up around Yankee Stadium.
Sorry, I'm from Park Hill.
You're from Park Hill? Okay. Yeah, I know Park Hill very well. But I grew up around Yankee Stadium.
Across the street.
Yep, yep. I grew up around Walton Avenue, across the street from the courthouse. Matter of fact, I used to work for Barry Salmon. Anybody ever heard of Barry Salmon? He's a judge now. He was a councilman then. So this is the places that I came from in my formative years. And then since then, I grew up in a time where there were gangs and drugs and all kinds of things going on in the Bronx. The Bronx was burning. And I was able to circumvent that and get away from those things. And much of it I owe to the values that were taught to me by my parents and my grandparents. And so I joined the United States Army, an Army veteran. I served in the United States Army for 6.5 years. I was a soldier. I was in the infantry. Matter of fact, I was a soldier in the Presidential Honor Guard. If you all remember when President Kennedy was killed, remember his funeral, remember the Honor Guard that walked behind him and that stood watch around his casket? That was the old guard. That was the unit I was in. You ever see the guys who guard the tomb of the unknown soldier? Well, that's the old guard. That's a very elite, prestigious unit that I was at. And when I was serving there, I learned a lot of lessons there as well. One of the lessons I learned that stuck with me was when I took my oath of service. I took my oath of service over the tomb of the unknown soldier. And I realized that oath included to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And when I took that oath, I would contemplate the men who were in that tomb. And when you're in the old guard and you do a lot of ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery where all of our soldiers and heroes are interred, the difference between the tomb and everyone else there was that everyone else had a name on their tombstone. But the unknowns did not have a name on it. The unknowns, like everyone else in Arlington, gave their life for their country. But they gave a little bit more. They lost not only their life, but their identity. To this day, we do not know who they are. Matter of fact, they could be related to any one of us in this room, and we would not know it. That could be our relative laid in that tomb, somewhere along the line.